before we go ahead, we talked about the Python prompt. Okay, the shell, where we actually go ahead using it as a calculator. We took some example. We'll repeat it once again because there are some students who have joined new. So for you, I'll just start with Python today once again, and we'll use Python as a calculator. So what do you plan to do? So Python ka interpreter, the place where you write the commands, will act like a simple calculator. You can just go there, type the expression that you want to type, and you're going to get your answer. I'm also going to give you an option. Say someday you do not have your machine with you. You have your colleague's machine, your sister's machine, your father's machine, and then you would like to work on Python, and they're not allowing you to install Python on your machine. No worries. We can work on Python without installing Python. So I'll be giving you that demonstration also as of now. And for a few sessions, I told you, I want you to be comfortable with various options which are available for you to write, develop programs, test your programs, all the options which are available. So in this course, I'll rather to a larger extent work with Spider because I love Spider, not the real Spider, the Spider ID that is available. It's a fantastic ID that is there. I love to work on that. Okay, but I want you to be aware of all the IDs. So time and again, I'll be switching over from one ID to another. But when serious coding starts, I'll switch to Spider. Does not mean you always have to work on Spider. You can use some other IDs as well. I have shared some PyCharm I have shared with you. Ideally comes built in with you. I'll be sharing some Visual Studio code I have shared with you. So you need to install all those IDs. I too have all those IDs on my machine previously installed. You too also have to have, we actually need to have, we need to be familiar with all the IDs which are there. It shouldn't happen that we are stuck with only one ID and that's the only ID on which we can work. That should never happen because we never know the kind of place where we're going to land up. As I told you, tomorrow your machine, now Abhay was for a few minutes back was trying to log in and the Zoom was not working. So maybe next time Python is not working on his machine. Then what do? We need to have alternate option. The learning should not stop. The experimentation should not stop. Your coding should not stop. You have n number of options which are available. Today I'll be introducing you to one more option that is available for you for running Python programs. Okay, so there are various operators that are there. Addition, that's very good. Plus is only a sign. And what you correctly identified was addition. So that symbol actually represents operation of addition. That plus is only a sign. Minus is only a sign. The asterisk is only a sign that denotes multiplication. That slash is only a sign that denotes division. So operators are nothing but symbols. Operators are nothing but symbols. They denote what kind of operations do you plan to carry out. So when I put that plus sign, I mean I plan to carry out operation of addition. When I put that minus sign, I'm telling that I want to carry out operation of subtraction. And believe me, every operation is a task. Aryaman, every operation is a job. So plus is a task, it's a job. And I'll show you how that plus operation actually happens. Because for that, there is a set of instructions that needs to be executed. Those who come from programming background, let me just remind you, plus, minus, into, divide, whatever operation that you're using, they are nothing but functions. They are nothing but operations. There is a set of instructions that has to be executed to fulfill that requirement. It sounds so very simple for you. When I said 2 plus 5, you got answer as 7. But was it a magic that you got answer as 7? There was some set of operations that had to be carried out. And in Python, luckily, everything is open source. So I will show you the code, although we will not spend our time reading it because we are not here to develop Python. We are here to use Python. But just for the sake of having fun, I'll show you that plus, when somebody says plus, there are 4 or 5 instructions that needs to be executed for carrying out the simplest addition operation already defined in Python. And so is the case in every programming language. Not just in Python, it's in every programming language. So plus is only a symbol, and that symbol represents an operation, task, job, and it's so very concise notation. I said addition, it will take me time to type addition. It's so very easy for me to say plus, A plus B, finished matter, and it's so very readable. Anybody who comes from non-computing background, if he says A plus B, Z is equal to A plus B, is there any chance for him to get confused as to what operation are you trying to carry out? It's concise and the most appropriate way to represent. Since the school days, we have been using the symbols. Operate is just a symbol which denotes what operation do you plan to carry out or what operation is being carried out over here. And every language has those kind of things. Okay. And parenthesis can be used for grouping. So I say A plus B into C. So if I want that A plus B to be carried out first, I'll have to change the order of precedence, put into parenthesis. So we can do that. And I'll be taking the examples right now. So if I say 2 plus 2, that's 4. And I want to say 2 plus 2, I can do that. I can put into brackets also. And likewise, I can go ahead carrying out any kind of operation that I would like to carry out. And there are some additional operators which are there, which I'll quickly demonstrate. So let's start with a small demonstration. Everybody have a look over here. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to the command prompt. I'm saying CMD. I go to command prompt. My Windows command prompt starts. So I go to D drive. And what do? I type in Python over here. Python is what I have typed. Moment I type Python, Python should start. Here comes the Python shell. I have Python 3.8.5. I constantly keep on upgrading. So latest version has got installed. Now I'm using it as a calculator. 3 plus 3. We got answer as 6. I'm saying 5 plus 10 divided by 2. Now if I say 5 plus 10 divided by 2, what is the answer that I get? So I got answer as 10. Correct? But if I wanted to change the order of precedence, I could have said in bracket 5 plus 10 and then divided by 2, I would have got answer as 7.5. So we can group them by using parentheses. We can change the order in which the expression is being evaluated. Division operation has higher priority than addition. BODMAS rule you may have learned in a school. And almost the same BODMAS rule is applicable here. Almost the same BODMAS rule is applicable over here. So 5 plus 10 divided by 2. So it was 10 divided by 2 that got evaluated first. So that is 5. Watch it over here. 10 divided by 2 that got evaluated first. And so 5 plus 5 answer came out to be 10. Okay, and here we change the order. I said 5 plus 10 in brackets and then divided by 2. So that gave me 5 plus 10 is 15 and 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Okay, so we got some kind of operation. So we wanted to multiply it. Say, I say 5 into 10 minus 3. So 5 into 10 is 50 and 50 minus 3 is 47. But I wanted to change the order. I say 5 into 10 minus 3. So 10 minus 3 is 7. That will get evaluated first and then into 5. That's 35. I wanted to know what's the square of 5. Or square of 5. So I say 5 star star 2. So I got another operator star star. So that one star was standing for multiplication. If I said 5 into 2, I got 10. But if I'm saying 5 star star 2, it's 5 to the power 2. So 5 5s are 25. So that's the answer that we have got. Likewise, if I say 5 divided by 2, I get 2.5. And that's the correct answer. But I'm not interested in that fractional part. 0.5 is something that I don't like. I just want a whole number at then. So I can say 5//2 integer division. I got only answer as 2. So while this give you the most precise answer and this give you integer division. So the real part is missed. That part is missed out. The fraction 0.5 has been skipped. So 5 divided by 2. Likewise, I could also say 5 mod 2. That will give you the remainder. So look at the difference. This was a division. This was integer division, whereas this is remainder. So 5 divided by 2. Quotient over here is 2, remainder is 1. So if you're interested in remainder, I'll use mod operator. If I'm interested in integer division, I'll say //. If I'm interested in only in division, I'll say this. If I want something raised to something, I'll say star star and so on. So that's a simple calculator, like you can use it. Try with all the operators that you know and see how it does it really work. But suppose for some reason you could not install Python, then what could you do? We have multiple choice. What can I do? I'll go here, okay, and I'm going to type something. I'm going to search for you. Although I know it, I have already opened it. I'll search for Jupyter. Jupyter. So it will ask you for Jupyter Notebook. So if you click on Jupyter Notebook, you will come over here. And once you come over here on Jupyter Notebook, now when you come over here, it will ask you something. Demo, Jupyter 3 console chahiye. What do you like to have? I don't want console. And look at that. You have other languages as well. You have R, you have C++, all versions of C++, whichever language you would like to have. I would say I want to work with Python 3. So I click on Python 3. So here you have a lot of cells. If you can see, I'm just increasing the font size for you here. And I start working over here now. I say 4/3. Watch it, everybody. Is the font size okay? Or shall I increase it more?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And I run it. Did you get the answer? 5/3? 4/3? Okay. I say, no. I would like to have 5 mod 2. And I run it. I got answer as 1, 5 mod 2. Okay. So you could try it, everything that you want. And then once you finish doing all your stuff, and you could very well write a pretty good code. Last time, do you remember? We had greeted somebody. We had written a function. I had written a function called as greet, if you all remember. Correct? If you remember that, greet. And then I had said print. Don't have to worry. Those are new. Don't have to worry about what I'm writing. Just there is some code I'm writing. and we are going to come to it. We are going to be expert doing that thing. And I'm going to say, suppose, hello, I said name, and I wrote it over here, and that's the code that I have written. Okay, that's the code that has been written. Now I would like to run this particular code. So I say greet, and I pass somebody's name. I say Mallar, and let's see what happened. It said hello Mallar. So you could write complex codes also here. And best thing is, once you finish your task, you could save it. You could save it by some name. You could download it if you want to. You want to store. You want to keep a record about what all work you have done. You can just download and keep it on your machine. So all those things are possible, and you can open it and start from there itself. And those who come from other languages, just explore this Jupyter. You'll find fantastic support for all the new features introduced in every programming language. We'll have a support over here. Right now I started with Python. Likewise, you could start off with any other language as well. So here you could come, you can say console chahiye kya? No, console to we already have. Terminal chahiye kya? Better work with notebook over here. And then you have a fresh new notebook. And which language you would like to use? You would like to use C++, 17, R? No. I would like to use Python 3. So I selected Python 3 and then work with Python 3. Write your code over here. You can copy, you can paste, cut. Just explore this interface. Very popularly used. And I'll tell you why am I insisting that you have to use it. There are some strong reasons. It's not that there are hundreds of options available and I'm making some selections over here. I'm introducing you some particular options which are there, and there is some reasoning. It's not just I came across, so I'm introducing it to you. No, there is some sound reasoning, and I'll let you know later why am I talking about some things that I want you to explore. Because Python you're going to use for some kind of applications, and some applications, certain things are good. So I just want you to be familiar with those things before we come to that particular topic. So familiarity is something which is must. So you could type it on the prompt here, correct? You could type in Jupyter, and I showed you how to start with Jupyter. Search for Jupyter, 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 and then you can just try out Jupyter Lab and work with this notebook. So I want all of you to try with this notebook as well, because some sessions I'll actually conduct only on this notebook, and what I'll share with you is the notebook only. So in that case, you will have to open up a notebook. There is no other option that you will have to revise. You will have to open up that notebook. And it gets saved in HTML format. It gets saved in various formats. So you can just revise it, whatever we have discussed. So here we come. We have this Python as a shell. And here we have used Python as a calculator. Thank you all. So we stop here today and we continue with a further discussion. Next session is again going to be a deep dive into some advanced concepts.